All right, we're continuing lesson 34 from yesterday. We're finding the slope of the line tangent to the graph of x squared plus y squared equals 2 at the point 1, 1. How do you find the slope of a tangent line? How do we find the slope? The derivative. Is it already solved for y? So what are we going to do? Do you want to solve it for y? Not really. Find the differential of each term and then solve for dy over dx. Does that make sense? What we did yesterday? So what would be the differential of x squared? 2x with respect to x. I really don't know if that's what the dx stands for, but that's how I learned to think of it. So anyway, don't go to college and say, that's what it stands for. That's what Miss Justice said. I don't know what it stands for. What would be the derivative or differential of y squared? Because we took the derivative with respect to y. Does that make sense? What is the derivative of 2? Okay, go with me. Now what do you do? Right? And so you have 2x plus 2y dy over dx equals 0. Does that make sense? So now what do? And so what is dy over dx equal? Negative x over y. Does that make sense? You're going to use this x squared plus y squared equals some constant differential a lot. We're going to, I don't remember what lesson related, rate, maybe lesson 46. Anyway, it is talking about if you have a ladder and it's falling, the base is moving away at a different rate than the height is falling. Okay, because they're not the same distance. And so we'll be using that because x squared, like the base squared plus the height squared equals the length of the ladder. The length of the ladder never changes, right? So this is going to show up on those. It's going to show up on other things. Something moving in a circle, x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. That's the formula for a circle. So you need to be able to do this kind of thing very easily. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is our slope, right? Negative x over y. At what point? At the point 1, 1. So what is our actual slope? Negative 1. That is the slope. You see how that works? Any questions there? Okay. So given that x and y are both functions of time, we have x squared plus y squared equals 2. And once you find dx over dt, I got a new microphone. Yes. 2x dx divided by dt. What would be the differential of the second term? And then 0, derivative of, or differential of a constant is 0. We're not taking the derivative with respect to any variable. There isn't a variable. So that's why you don't put dy or dx or dt on. Does that make sense? So what would dx over dt equal? Figure that out. Yeah. Negative y over x dy dt. Does that make sense? Y'all see how that works? Again, you're going to do this a lot. If you don't understand it, you need to be asking about it. You need to make sure you understand it on your homework. These are not going away. So it says dx over dt. We just found it at 1, 1 when dy over dt equals 7. So that's the rate with respect to y. We don't really know anything about this problem. But how would I figure out what the value of this would be? So negative 1 over 1 times 7, right? Which is, you all see how that works? Because dy over dt is 7. So dx over dt equals any other questions? Y'all see how these work? Okay. That's it.